Welcome. This is Crimey Queen. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we are having fun with words and numbers. We are exploring number 7 right now. We are acquainting ourselves with Mother Eve and Father Adam, of course. Now, there is more emphasis to Mother Eve, of course, because there is that tendency to there has been that tendency to have more of a discordance with Mother Eve. We have not really tuned in to Mother Eve. Of course, we learned that we are all of Adam and we are all of Adam, but there has been something that has been like quietly seeping in the background, and not just the background, but it's like, oh well, Eve was the naughty one. She was the one who ate the fruit, and if it weren't for her, and of course, I had issues with her myself. I really did. And because as a female, perhaps that has been the bedrock of that discordance that women or young girls or ladies usually have with their mothers. They tend to be a stage in the developmental process where mother and daughter are not getting on so well anymore, or you have not lived up to who you say you are, because of course we have got such high expectations, and then of course we learn that mother has committed the biggest sin that the unthinkable, and there's the host of things that we attach, the things we don't even really want to associate ourselves with, and so there we develop a sense of self-hatred or self or unloved, unworthiness. There is not that harmonious integration. We can't assimilate with that which is wonderful. And now, well, let's say we can't. I want to be able to now be present in my talk right now. It's that it would seem like it. So now we are consciously taking the time to build or to build in strong relationships with Mother Eve, strong alliance, strong, harmonious, and loving relationship, so we are able to understand the nature of the Garden of Eden. That is what it is. Why can't we have this as Mother Eve, Father Adam as well, as our tour guides to really helping us? This we have to understand that we have been in a game. It's as if the same thing that was said in the scriptures, if you eat of the fruit, you shall surely die. So this is what we have learned. We have taken that on board and have disassociated ourselves to learning from the real tour guide who can really teach us the path and the way to maneuver in the Garden of Eden. And I believe that is what we are meant to be doing. We are meant to be learning, particularly through Mother Eve. That's what mothers do. They nurture, they give, they protect, they love. All that which is necessary to having fun and to learning and to becoming and to growing. All those things are necessary. Who else is? Oh, well, of course, we are talking about God. We are talking about God, yes, because Mother Eve ate of the fruit. I have done numerous presentations on this, but just to give you some insight on here, because when Mother Eve, which is 5, when we do the word numerical value for Eve, EVE, this is 5, 4, 5, this is 14, 14, and 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay, so this is how we find ourselves in this new dimension, which is the same position that we have now learned is the position that when you are in Christ, you are a new creature. It's the same position as Mother Eve. It's the same position as Christ coming out of the generation of 14 kings of King David or after whatever king, but there were 14 generations. This is the column. This is the dimension. This is the position. And here is the eye. So this is the eye that we are. Now the eye here, she ate of the fruit. The word ate equals 8, but also the word I equals 8. And the word, the numerical value for God equals 8. So this is what we are talking about right here. So wherever we are doing this numerical value, we would see in the scriptures, for instance, when we do the numerical value for Moses, which equals 8, and the scriptures does elaborate or talk about, and he saw God and he talked with God. Of course, it means about the third eye. And I have gone through this already. This is where Eve's eye was open. This is where Eve ate of the fruit. So the word ate, that's what it is. And her eye was open and gave to her husband Adam, of course. And they were naked. So, of course, we have done I think I've done the numerical value for naked, which the number 11 comes to mind. But we are working on number 7. So I'd like to just try and keep, so just let's look at naked, N-A-K-E-D. So this is 4, 5, 2, 1, 5. Okay, I like 5 and 4, 9, because that 9 and 3, 12, 12, and this is 17. Now that's what I am talking about. I don't think I had done the numerical value, otherwise I'd remember this excitement. And they were naked. This is what I am trying to say, people. We have been told a story of different versions of that story. Perhaps it's really meant to be the same version. But the numerical value, numerology is offering us a window of opportunity to learn and to see things in a different light and in a colorful and wonderful and delicious light. So let's just do this for the sake of doing it because it's just delicious. Okay, so this is 5. So this is 9 and 10, 11, 12, 12 and 5. Here, 12 and 5 is 17. So this is 7, this is 1. And this is what I am talking about when we do the numerical value for God. This is 7, this is 6 and 4. 4, 10 and 7, 17. So this is directly, of course, 1 plus 7 is 8. And this is exactly what we mean that Eve ate. And the eye was open. Open means 5. Open, it's like saying, giving the direct location of where they were. They were in a new dimension. They were in a new place. Their eye was open. When we do the numerical value for open, it's 5. When we do it for shut, it's also 5. So they were in a position of knowing, of course, which the scripture also say, good and evil. Yes, but of course, this is what the essence of the story that we had not understood properly is that the eye, the third eye was open, and hence it was said that they were like gods, or God had said, oh, now the man is like one of us. But of course, us is 4, because the man, that's the 31. That's the 31, meaning that's the Father. This is like the reverse to Revelation, like I have mentioned. It's like Revelation is equals 13. So the man now is like one of us, or he's like us, meaning that he's able to see when to sit or lie and stand. He's able to see where to go left or right because his eyes open. He's in that middle section. He's able to decide whether to go back on this side or to go back or to move forward on this side. Now, let's of course venture. This is 10 minutes. I'm trying to keep these at bite sizes, but this is going more like number 8 than number number 7. Okay, so we want to look at thank you. I mentioned thank you. Let's just look at thank you because I just felt thank you is such a powerful, um, it's perhaps more powerful than we care to think. Let's just see think. Okay, we're going to check out think later. So this is 25182. Of course, now when we see 8, we know it's about the third eye. Okay, so this is 8 in fact. 8 and 8, 16, 17, 18. So 18. Oh, okay. So this is 7, 8, 8 and 8, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so this is 1 to 8, which is in essence conveys the same message that I was thinking because it is 9. So when you thank someone, you are really going through it's really showing the impact of the word from 1 to 8. It's like you are in the earth, if you like hair, you have gone from 1, you're in the earth and you have gone up to the heavens. That sense of gratitude have taken you up or taken that which has been uttered into the heavens. Thank you, because the word you, Y-O-U, is 7. So this is 3, 6, 7, of course. So 3 and 6, 9, and 8, 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So, of course, this is what I mean. So you say thank you. So let's just look at 7 and 9. Let's just look at that because there was something about those two words that really told me 7 is. So if we were to join this 1 plus 8 equals 9 and we added 7 plus 9 together, that would be 16. There's something about 16 here now. So that 1 plus 6, it means that you are touching on every aspect of that, your creativity, of our creativity, that's in a conscious level because every number has its resonance in us, its makeup, its pattern within us. But when we are exploring numerology and we are seeing with 1 and 6 here, we know, for instance, it's first day of creation and we were created on the 6th day of the week or the 6th day. I keep saying the week. We know it probably is just one day altogether, all of what we are experiencing, but you know what I mean. It's like here, for instance, we have this is the picture I am getting, and it's really delicious to me. So we have taken, or we have had this way of devising over time, space, and matter, and all of those things, to have taken one day, it seemed, with however it has derived, and had many days. So basically, this is what I think quantum physics is about now as well. It's like the little patterns. It's like mini patterns. It's like the cell, for instance. Yes, we have had those exercises. The cell has everything in it to become who we are. This one cell that was the inception of who we are, had everything, all its makeup in it, and hence it's the same thing we have done with the days. That's what I think has happened with the days of creation. So we are saying 1 to 6. So when I say days or days of creation, I am just perhaps minimizing it even more than it really is. Okay, so we see the magnitude of thank you when we say thank you, because that would be 1 plus 6 is 7. So this is what we are talking about, 7. So 7 has it's gone up to the heavens now. So when you say thank you to someone, you do make them feel good. You go up, they are able to rise up in some way because you have acknowledged their worthiness, their presence, because there's the word presence. They are acknowledging that you have acknowledged them. When you acknowledge that person and they become present, you also acknowledge you, because you are exactly 1/6. You acknowledge you, because this is what I have been saying, that is your W. When we say the word W, or the letter W, when we say W, or we could even say a word W, that would be 2 words, which would be interesting to do the numerical value on that. But I have been talking about W in this sense, which is also E, which is also M, and also 3. And that is what I call that fan, that vibration. So when we say thank you, we have actually connected and assimilated consciously or unconsciously with our W. We are in sync with our W, and that spin, hey, it's that spin begins to rise up to our heavens. We have acknowledged each other. Our eyes are open. Our eye is open, and we could say this is where we become like Adam and Eve. We are assimilating the behavior of Adam and Eve, or Adam and Eve rather. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have found it fun, because I'm just trying to keep these. It's really delicious, but I'm trying to keep them not too long, watchable sizes, although anything is watchable, really, because I watch something that could be 3 hours long. If it means that much to you, then it doesn't matter. But in the game of life, we have been putting, of course, all these labels and stickers on things. So, well, it depends, whatever moves you. But let's remember the purpose of this, is to grow. Now, of course, I watch something that is of a long duration because I say, I want to know. And why do I want to know? Because I want to grow. And let's hope that that is the same essence for you as well. Do join me on my other presentations. If you like this, please click and subscribe and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing soulful love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be blissful, be fulfilled, because we are planting new seeds. Namaste, and spill over with love.